Aloha.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are holding up. This is a lovely laugh and learn with the amazing Jonathan Dailey. Links are all below. I'm waiting for the notice to pop, and
We just got it.
you just got it. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is Laugh and Learn with Jonathan Dailey. There he is for Instagram. Go like, go follow, etc., etc., etc. And and today I'm very excited because we're talking about different kinds of quartz crystals. So, and we each have some quartz crystals, and then here's that.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
This is a pretty
I only
one.
brought 1 point down because I have so many. It would have been crazy to try and carry them all.
And then
I like the tumbles too. I have a couple tumbles.
Yeah. And then I've got some of these. These are preview people.
Oh, those are pretty.
Ooh.
Smoky?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then how's that?
Ooh. Yes. Amethyst.
Yeah. And then I have a big piece of rose quartz.
It's funny how similar our stones are to each other.
Yeah. Wow, Jonathan, I've never heard it said like that. Our stones are really similar, as are our crystal grid necklaces. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And
these have some quartz in there.
Yeah, I have howlite, and I also have pearls, and and if you want one of your own crystal grid necklaces, contact Jonathan Dailey at Dailey LLC on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Do it. You want to. And
if you don't want a skull, I can always work with you to get something else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's awesome. Okay, so let's again, thank you very much for joining me, Jonathan. I am going to pop in and see who's here. Jamie is here. Hello. And then Richie is here. Pepper Jackie, glad to have you here.
Hello.
Look, Debbie is here. Tony is here. And by the way, if you have liked and subscribed to my channel, you would have gotten notified yesterday of my casual with Tony. It was quite fun. We had a good time, and the technology worked for us. It was a little iffy at points. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't yesterday the big crash where half the internet went down?
Apparently so, yeah. And I know Orshi has had to postpone or reschedule hers with Kristen Louise, which I was really looking forward to, and all of that. So it's a lot. And yes, Tony, I got the big one out. And actually, that's not the biggest one. So, but anyhow, Masha is here. Hello, Masha. I just saw
again
on Jonathan's channel, because everybody is subscribed to your channel, right, Jonathan?
So far, everyone I've seen. Most of them, anyway.
Good. Because you did a very nice 5 elements conversation today. And I think I'm always intrigued by the 5 elements. And I think I messaged you about this. And I always like to understand different systems' elements, because it's like, here's the alphabet, and it's a way to understand how things work. So,
exactly.
Okay, so Richie is here. OMG, jelly right now. Well, you know what? You gotta get, it's just that, just because. So
don't be jelly.
Yeah.
Sister Stones, I love that.
Yeah. chips off the old, the same block.
Of the
Well,
same.
and we did. I actually was wearing my other necklace, and then he's like, "I'm going to put my halide in." I thought, I'm going to put my halide one on too. So,
It
but
goes so well with that white mustache.
it does, doesn't it? It does.
Mhm.
What I really want is I really want one of these mustaches so it's up higher, because this way I'm like, if you want to see it, I have to sit back, and then I have to like do this to touch, since I'm using my iPad. Maybe I'll just make an embroidered mustache.
You do a little one.
Yeah, do a little one. So, oh, and Tony's right. We broke the internet.
Mhm.
And I advertised
broke Facebook.
on Facebook, and looked what happened.
Mhm.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I know there's lots of things going on today. So I do appreciate you being here.
Oh,
This
of
is for
course.
entertainment purposes only, right, Jonathan?
Of course.
I'm not certified for anything other than in the state of Ohio to be annoying and to be sarcastic. That's it. That's it.
I'm certified in 5-element acupuncture. Does that count?
You are. You are. And somebody asked you, well, I don't know if it was Scott who asked you, by the way, this is sort of overlap, and shut me up. But have you used, thinking about crystals and our laugh and learn topic, how do you use, in a very high overview, just to get people in the framework, how do you use crystals to help you in your acupuncture work? Is that a fair question?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
One thing I've done in the past is use crystals to make the treatment room a grid, with the treatment table as the center of the grid. I also have a set of chakra hearts, each one a different crystal.
Oh, okay.
And when I'm done putting the needles in, I will lay the stones on the person in the appropriate chakra area.
Okay.
What else have I done? That's pretty much the basics. In the past, I haven't done it in a long time. My very first crystal teacher taught me how to do the elixirs, crystal elixirs.
Okay.
And so I kind of dabbled in that a little bit, but then it just is like, I don't know about this. So
yeah,
it's mainly just I grid the room, and then I occasionally put the chakra stones on the person.
Okay. So I would say, and add to this if you'd like, crystals are a wonderful way to enliven the energy of a room. They're also a wonderful way to enliven the look of the room, because let's be honest, sometimes a crystal is simply wonderful and I want it because it's so beautiful. I don't have any other reason for owning it than it's so beautiful, and it just makes me ridiculously happy.
Right. There's been times I bought crystals for that reason, and then once I got them home, they're like, "Oh, now we can get to work." Excuse me, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got you for decoration, man.
Yeah. Well, and you have an affinity for crystals, and let's be honest, you do. Crystal grid necklaces, and you probably have a crap ton of them in your house.
Yeah. I'm up to 51 crystal skulls. So
51 crystal skulls. Okay. Do I hear anybody with 52? 50 true too.
Just give me a little while. They're in the mail.
So, but also, and sometimes I will also use crystals as a focus to help me with my magical work. And let's face it, many of us, Jeffrey and I actually have crystals or stones in our engagement ring, and those are for a very specific purpose. So a lot of times it's the energy we put with them.
Right.
So, all right. Lots more people have come in, so I want to jump in.
Oh, Jilly's here. Hi, Jilly. Oh, Leanda. Hi, Leanda. And Regina.
Okay. Richie says, well, if you boys are wearing your howling, then I'm going to wear my howling for this. Well, okay. You can also wear your howlite if you would like. Kim Moon Whisper is here. Hello. And my chat just jumped way up. So.
Of course. That's what it does, right? Aloha, Justin.
So everybody has to, watch the video on Jonathan's channel. I did not yet, but I will. But I didn't ask you before we started, what element is my voice? And you can tell me later if you don't want to tell everybody now, and you can tell everybody now, it's fine with me. So, hi, Justin.
I'm kind of torn between metal and earth for you, because you have like that soft voice that you usually get with metal.
Okay.
But earth has kind of like a sing-song to it, right? Like their voice is sing-songy.
Okay.
So you have that quiet, but there's a little sing-song to it as well. It's like it's between metal and earth for me as far as your voice.
Okay. Because Sadhana was metal and Masha was earth.
Masha was more fire.
Masha was fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, protect my energy. Still haven't found a decent chakra heart crystal set.
Yeah. I looked in on mine. It just was some random witchy shop, and I looked on a shelf, and there was the perfect set of the 7 hearts, and each of a different crystal with the symbol of the chakra carved on top and then painted in gold.
That's really nice. I do have a set of chakra stones, but not in the shape of a heart. So
let me go grab them. I didn't think to grab them.
Well, because we're talking, and Jilly is here, and I will actually say I am very honored to have Jilly is going to be on next Monday's Laugh and Learn. She and I are going to talk about Zen Buddhism. So if you're curious about that, please plan on joining us Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. British, and 11 a.m. Pacific. So I'm looking forward to having her join me. And it's Leanda, right? Leanda?
Mm-hmm.
Leanda, okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm going to embiggen you. Let me embiggen you.
Here we go. So, let's see. Root chakra is carnelian, I believe. Sunstone, or is that one sunstone? I forget what these two are. And then this is Adventurine, Lapis Lazuli, Amethyst, and clear quartz.
Those are nice. And they come in a nice little case, too.
Mm-hmm. And it's a chakra set.
Chakra set.
And it wasn't that expensive, I think.
Right.
I don't remember what I paid for this.
Yeah. Richie
35, 45, something like that.
How much?
Like 35 or 45, I can't remember.
That's really quite good. So Richie is very excited about labradorite. I don't know if you've seen any of his channels, but if you say like labradorite to him, his eyes glaze over and he starts to drool a little bit, and he gets his credit cards out and jumps online to actually start buying them. Hello, Regina. And we just jumped. What did he say?
Oh, that was a text from someone who is in hiding at the moment, and she said, "Show off."
Well, I would agree with you. It is show-offy, but that's okay.
That's kind of what we're here for, though, isn't it?
Well, part of it, because we're going to learn some things. Right now, we're laughing. Masha loves crystal hearts. Jonathan, I have a question to ask. Are you concerned with over mining of crystals? How can you be sure they are sourced ethically?
you have to know who you're getting them from. And the problem is a lot of people are just, salesmen. They don't even know where their crystals are coming from. They're just buying crystals cheap and then selling them expensive, right?
Right.
So yes, I do believe that you need to know who is sourcing the crystals, where they're sourcing them, and make sure they're being sourced ethically, because do we really need to destroy the planet for some pretty crystals?
Right.
Right. Certain things, and like there's so many, like quartz. There's like half the stones we were talking about in general are quartz. Like people don't even realize that tiger's eye is a type of quartz, right? So
yeah.
I think certain stones that are like very plentiful, that's fine. But like other ones that are a lot more hard to find, like this ring that I have been wearing for 16 years is Moldavite. And that has gotten very scarce because there's only one spot on the entire planet you can find it. And it's gotten so scarce that people are now starting to make fake Moldavite to sell online.
I remember talking about that. Yeah. Yeah. I have my high priestess used to own a brick and mortar, and she developed a relationship with the stone guy, the person who would come, and he would be able to really tell where he got them, and he also focused on ethically sourced. And I think it goes back to that. It's, you need to have a good rapport and a good relationship with,
right,
to be able to have that. So
and cut out the middlemen, because that's really where, because if you're just buying from the middlemen, you have no idea they don't know where their crystals are coming from.
Yeah.
So hello, Zane.
Hey, Zane. And Justin's gonna still at work. Thanks for stopping in, Justin. I do appreciate it. What? We're talking about tarot too. We will always be talking about tarot, Jilly. Yes, and so that's the laugh and learn. But it's Jilly, so there's going to be vast amounts of information. So it's all good, Jilly. It's all good. So, okay, getting caught up. That is like the set I have too. And so protect my energy, show off there. Oh, Richie says nice pouch.
Ooh, thank you.
So, my goodness. Hi, Beth is here. I've got to multitask for a few, but I'm listening. Jilly, it's all good. I do the same thing. So, yes, and Tony, I thought about you. I thought about Richie when you showed off your labradorite skull, and it was amazing. So
I've got 2 labradorite skulls.
Oh well, of course you do. Jonathan's necklace and bracelets are beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, but wait, here's the plug. Go contact Jonathan Dailey on Instagram. So yeah. Building relationships and trust is a major factor. You can tell over time when a seller is very conscious and earth friendly. Yeah. Perhaps it was meant to be so, Julie, that we can buy another beautiful piece. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay. Throws coffee beans at Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. Take that show off, number 2. Ooh. Wait a minute. Well, there you go.
Oh, where's mine? Where's mine?
Yeah, where's yours? Richie and Jamie, look away. Look away. Look at you show off. Look at you show off. It's the tiny hands.
You painted the nails on the tiny hands.
Nails on the tiny hands because, I often do that. So it just... Jilly's cool. We will always talk about tarot. So, but anyhow, I have no labradorite skulls yet. Reaches for credit card. I told you. Jonathan.
Oh, I see who Protect My Energy AAC is now.
Okay. You got it.
I know
You
who
got
that
it.
is.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Jonathan, have you heard of Leandra de Souza, a crystal carver?
That name does sound familiar.
Well, you were
But
watching yesterday, and Tony talked about this person as the one who did the something skulls with the end.
Skullus?
I don't remember what those were called, Tony. So anyhow, what was that called, Tony? That
that
shape.
style of skull.
Yeah, it was anyhow. So traveler's skulls.
Travelers. Okay.
So you're familiar with that person?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The name's familiar, but I've been getting most of my skulls from Skullus in China.
Okay.
Because I find good prices on eBay. There's a lot of, they do some where they just set a price and some where they do set an auction. So I always go for the auction ones because I can get what they're selling for like $300 for like $30.
Right. Okay. Wow. Okay, so when Jonathan and I were talking, we did enjoy the show and tell aspect of my first ever Laugh and Learn. So thank you for doing that with me.
Of course.
And we were talking about, okay, we wanted to do a part 2. And so Jonathan thought it would be a good idea to talk about various types of quartz crystals. And here are just 5: quartz, rose quartz, smoky quartz, amethyst, and citrine. So those are probably the most common types of quartz crystals, would you say?
Yeah, those are the ones that most people know of as being in the quartz family.
Right. And so in this nifty little book, The Crystal Bible by Judy Hall, there's that. There's the ISBN if you need it. It talks about that. It gives multiple pages, and it gives the attributes, the healing, and then there's specific types of colors, specific colors and types of quartz. So there's several pages of them. So quartz is one of the most powerful and energy amplifier on the planet because of its unique helical spiral crystalline form. Found worldwide, it absorbs, stores, releases, and regulates energy and is excellent for unblocking it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's an energy mover.
It's an energy mover, yes. So if you have questions about quartz or any of the crystals that we're talking about, please put them in caps for me. And
I'm also going to share a link to crystalvaults.com. They have probably the most extensive list of quartz-based crystals I've ever seen. So
okay.
I'm gonna share that list with you guys for anyone who wants to dive down that rabbit hole.
Excellent. Thank you. And when I see that, I'll put that up there. And so Beth said, I love Smoky Quartz and Protect My Energy. Amethyst is absolutely my favorite. I will eventually get an amethyst cluster, like the ones you both flashed earlier in the live, Overachiever and Show Off. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. This little thing?
Well, what's funny is I went to where did I get this? It wasn't even a crystal shop. It was like a home decorators or one of those like home stores kind of thing. they had a ton of these, and they were selling them for cheap.
Yeah.
Like I got this particular quartz cluster or amethyst cluster, $5.
Wow.
I'm like, do you not know what you're selling here? Because I'll buy
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
you
we need
know,
to shop around.
It is what it is, right? So,
Yep.
Okay.
Good to know. Yeah, I'll have to look them up.
Yeah, is very well respected. He has been around for quite some years and trained others to carve, including his son, I believe. That's cool. So, I love that. Okay, good chat. I love the Bible books for all sorts of metaphysics. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that again. And here's the link that Jonathan put on. And so
there's hundreds listed there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Debbie said, amethyst is my birthstone. I love it. And, $5. $5.
No,
$5
buckaroos.
Yeah. I have at least one of each of these. Amethyst and rose quartz are two of my favorite crystals, alongside black tourmaline and lapis lazuli. So, but did you see how perfectly formed Gerald's was?
Yeah, this one was obviously kind of suspect, obviously, but it does say made in Uruguay. So.
Oh, well, So, I'm just going to watch with my eyes closed from here on out. I'm half supporting you two at the moment. Closes my eyes. Well, we will warn you if we're showing you something that isn't good for you to see. So let's talk about quartz. So we have quartz. Basic quartz. We have some examples.
Mm-hmm.
And a basic quartz, it's clear, depends upon how it is formed or how it's cut, correct?
Can have a little bit of smokiness in there, like cloudiness.
Yes.
Which I always appreciate a little bit of cloudiness. I feel like I can focus on the inside of the crystal better than if it is completely clear.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, and I've heard from multiple people that if you have crystals with different inclusions, or they have different purposes. There's record keepers and all of that stuff.
Right.
But
well, I have one that's not a typical. Where is it? So here's one.
I'm going to embiggen you. There you go.
So here's a quartz piece, but I don't know if you can see how there's striation. There's lines going down it. That type of quartz is called a Lamorian seed crystal. Supposedly the Lamorian people use these as record keepers, right? So one of the ways that I work with these type of crystals is I will sit and meditate and just run my finger down the lines. And I just I start getting downloads when I'm doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's a Lamorian.
Okay, and you answered Richie's question. What is Lumerian quartz? So
Lumerian quartz specifically has that striation, the lines going down the sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and the Lemurians are, Lemuria is another one of those lost continents like Atlantis or Mu. And the Lemurians were an island chain of like crystal users. Their tech was all crystal based. And when they dispersed, their crystals also dispersed with them. And that's why we find Lemurian crystals all over the planet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm just repeating the legends, right? And these were basically their computers.
Okay. Much the same way we might use them for energy, as in a quartz
or a
what?
quartz crystal in our own
Yeah,
computer. Like we
yeah,
have quartz crystals in our computers. They're just
yeah,
teeny tiny.
yeah.
Yep.
So Beth said, "Why am I seeing a skull in that quartz when you hold it up?" Because it's probably there for you.
Yep.
And Beth also asked, Jonathan and Gerald, do you scry with quartz?
Yes.
I do as well.
That's why I was talking about wanting those like little smoky or cloudy inclusions in there,
Right.
because it helps me with the scrying aspect of things. I will not necessarily use for scrying, but the Lamorian, like I said, I meditate with and like get downloads from the universe from.
Right.
And then I also, of course, I didn't bring it. I don't know if you've heard of a scrying crystal. It's tumbled, but then one side is sheared flat and then polished smooth. So all of it's like kind of opaque, except for that one window basically into the crystal itself. And I have an amethyst, one of those.
Okay. And I use when I scry with a crystal with quartz, I will do it with I'll do it with clear quartz, but I'll also do it with smoky quartz, as well as other crystals that I can see through easily.
Right.
And I will hold it to my eye and look at a candle. So that's how I do it. And you're right, having some sorts of smoke or edges to it really helps helps with that. So
I also have a tiny little crystal ball. It's perfectly clear. There's no inclusions or anything, but it's amethyst.
Oh, nice! Wow.
It's very faint amethyst.
Zane has two of those that you were describing: a rose quartz and an amethyst. Seer stone. So,
aloha, Chris.
Hello, Chris, our Scottish Yoda. Hello. And for a second there, I thought Gerald changed his name to Quartz. Maybe that's,
Call me Amethyst.
Yeah. I am Smoky
I'm
Quartz.
Citrine.
I am Smoky Quartz to you.
Right? And to you, I'll be Rose Quartz.
Oh, my. So, thinking about rose or quartz in general, what are some good tips for people with quartz?
Well, plain quartz, I like to call the programmable crystal. So sometimes they come already pre-programmed, like the Lamorians, right? But a lot of times, when I get a new crystal, I won't decide what I'm using it for at first. I'll sit with it and ask it what it wants to be used for.
Okay.
One of my very first points, which I gifted away at this point, I picked up this. It was a little quartz point, not very big, and I was like, "Well, what do you use? What do I need to use you for?" And I very distinctly heard a little voice say, "Put me under your pillow. I'll help you remember your dreams."
Okay.
It was my dream crystal.
Nice.
And now that I think about it, that's interesting because after I gave it away is when I stopped remembering my dreams. Oops.
Do you have any other crystals that might help with that?
Well, I have other quartz I can use, and
yeah.
You know what? If you put amethyst next to your bedside table, like next to your head when you're sleeping, that's also supposed to help with remembering dreams.
Yeah.
And do you know the color that you get with amethyst is just the inclusion of iron in the quartz itself.
And now you know. Silky does.
The way you get rose quartz?
Yes.
Inclusion of titanium in there.
Ooh. People, you're learning. So I think I think for me, quartz is one of those. I like how you described it. It's a programmable. And I think it works pretty well with it's programmable and amplifier. So
Amplifying is another good way
yeah,
of putting it.
it also for me helps to focus. And so while it amplifies for me, it gives me something upon which to focus my energy. And so I've used quartz in lots of different ways for lots of purposes, in particularly for energy clearing as well as protection. When I worked at a location that was a little iffy, and so it worked well with that. So
this one actually is usually in one of my windows as a protector.
oh, okay. And did you program that, or was that just what it told you to do?
That's just what it told me to do.
Okay.
Like, I want to be in the window so I can keep an eye on things. That was how it put it.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that not everybody has the ability to experience.
Right.
Do you actually hear the crystals, or do you get that?
Sometimes it's just a feeling. Sometimes it's like, it's almost like I hear a little voice. I don't always hear a little voice. Sometimes it's just like the idea gets put in my brain without words. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's beautiful. So let's, oh, what's that one? Is that your?
This is a Smoky Quartz. And the way we get Smoky Quartz is because when it's growing, it's actually near a source of radiation, and that's what gives it its smoky coloration, because it's irradiated. So there are some man-made smoky quartzes where they just take a regular quartz and then bombard it with radiation until it changes color.
Yeah.
That's actually how a lot of citrine gets made. Citrine is just basic quartz blasted with heat for the most part.
Okay.
I mean, there is real citrine out there, but this is a real citrine. See how kind of it's like a paler color?
Yeah.
Here's one that was burnt into coloration.
Oh, yeah. So that's been manipulated.
That's been manipulated into being a citrine, even though it was originally a quartz.
Ange is here. Hello, Ange. Quartz is a good amplifier, but also can amplify the other crystals when putting them with quartz. Yes, and I like making grids with different crystals. So
Citrine, sorry, I misspoke. Citrine is heat-treated amethyst, not quartz.
Okay. Beth, I've learned to love clear quartz over the years. It's great energy. It's a small topaz one of his Taurus. Oh, she's talking about that. Ange said you can tingle. You can tingling when holding the crystals, especially if you connect with them. Yeah, yeah.
True. There's been times I go into a store and I pick up a crystal, and I'm like going around looking at everything. Oh, I'm still holding it. Oh, looking around. Yeah. Why am I still holding you? Okay, I guess you're coming home.
Yeah. Ange is also sharing that with the amethyst. So let's talk about Smoky Quartz then. Smoky Quartz. It's been some form of radiation around it, right?
Right. Normally, it's a natural occurrence. You know, certain, like say it grew up near some plutonium or something like that, like they were growing in the same rock, then you'd get something like this. So as you can tell, like the further up you go, the darker it gets.
Right.
So it means this side was closer to the radiation than this side was. See, this side's almost clear.
Yeah. So avert your gaze if you don't want to see these, but yeah. And this is tumbled, and the one you have is not tumbled.
No, this is just a raw chunk.
Yeah. So I have tumbled ones. So Tony asked, Jonathan, quartz skulls, does an egg-shaped skull have different energy to more human-shaped skulls?
Well, the egg shaped is in reference to the Aztecs and Incans that used the boards when they were babies to like lengthen the head. And so a lot of ancient quartz skulls have that same elongation, right? Because it was part of the. They did that because they thought it was like round head was like very barbaric and a pointed head was civilized. Because like it allowed you to receive the energy from the gods.
Okay.
Yeah. So as far as egg-shaped skull versus a human-shaped skull, I mean, you have to ask them.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes I think it depends upon how the energy settles once it's finished being sculpted. So Jilly said Smoky Quartz is one crystal I don't have that I would like to have.
I love Smoky Quartz. I actually have a Smoky Lamorian in necklace form here.
I'm going to embiggen you.
So this is another Lamorian, but this is a Smoky Lamorian, right? With a little bit of pyrite on top.
Okay. Wow.
That one, I used to wear this one when I was doing readings.
Uh-huh. That's beautiful. So, okay. So somebody asked a question and it's gone. Fascinating. So, oh, I know what I was going to say. I think of like Smoky Quartz is one I use specifically to help clear the smoke out of my brain and my thinking. It clears things for me. So it clears my mind, which I have struggles with. But I also think it's a good connecting stone. So it does a nice job with that. So
this is another protector that lives in the window.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ange D said Smoky Quartz is a great crystal for protection. Good to have in your bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do. This is in the bedroom window, right above my altar, actually.
Nice. And when I was preparing for this, it was one of those things that I was going around because I knew we were talking about these 5 types of quartz crystals. And I was going around and I have multiple ones of them. And some were just like, don't pick me, I'm busy.
Right.
You know,
I had a feel like that too.
Don't even bother trying to take me because you'll upset the delicate sensitivity of what we're doing. So,
well, that's funny because the first time we talked, this one was like, I'm busy. I'm working here. And this time
I remember that.
You need to show me. Show me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So, Tangi is listening and putting groceries away into the vortex behind the fridge and hidden panels in my walls. So,
of course.
Tony asked, Jonathan, do you think rough forms versus shaped crystals differ in energy at all?
Definitely. I think that the shaped crystal is going to have an energy that's been shaped itself, whereas the raw crystal, just raw, it's going to have the energy it was born with, right? It's going to have the energy that Gaia gave it. So I don't know. I have a ton of tumbled too, and I've got this fire quartz heart that someone gave me for my birthday, which I really just absolutely adore. And this is quartz with bands of hematite in it. But I don't know. There's just something about raw crystal that just speaks to me in a way that the tumbled stuff doesn't.
Right. And I also think, it's easier to carry a tumbled quartz in your pocket than, something like this.
Right.
So,
yeah. It's kind of hard to throw this in your pocket, but this isn't so bad.
Right. So the kestrels there can't stay long, but really pleased to make it for a while. Hello. So. And is there anything specific you use Smoky Quartz for, Jonathan?
Well, like I said, I have the Smoky Lamorian, and I do have this really yummy skull that.
Okay, must embiggen you. Okay.
So this is Smoky Quartz inside there, but the top has been heat treated with titanium.
Wow.
So this is another guardian, likes to guard the house. So I mean, Smoky Quartz for me is more like protective, I think, more than anything.
Sure. Tony asks, yeah.
Like if I want to connect with the higher realms, I'll go for my amethyst, right? If I'm dealing with emotions and need to deal with emotions in a little better way, then I'll grab my rose quartz as a candle holder. If I need a little boost in creativity, I'll grab the citrine.
And there was a question: is that Spike? Call him Hot Spike.
Protect my energy. Remembers the name. That is Spike.
Tony asks, I often wonder if towers versus pyramid versus shapes versus raw truly matters. And I actually think it does. I think it does because it focuses the energy.
Right.
And it does that. And I think Ange D said the double terminated and single have different than a single terminated point has different effect.
This energy going to the universe and coming to you while meditating with it when single point.
Yeah.
Oh, this works one way.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. And I think that's one of those things that's important. The shape, especially when you're doing a crystal grid, and not just a crystal, a wearable crystal grid.
Not just this, right? Which is beads, which are going to be shaped, right?
Yeah.
When I do a crystal grid with just crystals, well, lately I've been doing all my crystal grids with skulls, but I also have a bunch of double-pointed quartz that used to be a bracelet, but it fell apart. So I've just been using the individual quartzes as part of the grid because they have double points.
Right.
So they can push out and pull in at the same time. And then usually I will put a tower in the center of the grid just to like gather the energy and shoot it up.
Right. Yep. I agree.
Whereas a pyramid, I would think it wouldn't be the same. A pyramid, I think, would be more of like a shielding spell kind of idea.
Very interesting. So let's talk about rose quartz. A lot of people talk about rose quartz, and I would say it's a pretty standard stone. Rose quartz, I'm expecting, help support your heart chakra and your emotions as well as love. What else would you say about rose quartz?
Just in general, it just helps with the mood. Like it just helps bring the mood in the room into a better alignment. And I don't know about others, but I know for me, like if I use rose quartz with smoky quartz and regular quartz, they seem to amplify each other.
Right.
And sometimes I'll use the rose quartz actually as something to meditate on to connect with the ancestors. Because, the ancestors love us. What better way to connect with them than through the love? Right?
Absolutely. Ange D said, if your crystal bracelet fell apart, that means the bracelet did its work and can then be used for something else. Yeah.
I've lost 2 of my bracelets that way. Ocean Jasper broke and my aquamarine bracelet broke. And a friend of mine she was like, I'm going to fix that aquamarine bracelet for you. I love it so much. I want you to wear it. I'm like, okay. So I come back to get it from her, and she's like, "It doesn't want to be a bracelet anymore."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And rose quartz helps peaceful sleep when put under a
Yes,
pillow.
that's true.
And Masha said rose quartz feels very peaceful and calming to me.
Well, that's why a lot of people like having it in the room, like put it in the center of the room, light a candle, because it just brings this
Right.
aura of peace and calm to the room.
Right.
You know?
And this is my piece of rose quartz. This was given to me after a breakup, and somebody thought I needed it. And this one actually lived. I think I might have mentioned this before. This one lived outside for about.
Oh, that's the one that faded, huh?
This is the one that faded. So it lived outside for about 10 years, but there's still pink to it, and it's actually gotten pinker. And rose quartz and amethyst and other quartzes, you should not necessarily be putting in the sun because they can fade like this one.
Right.
So
clear quartz would be okay in the sun as long as it's not like a crystal ball, because crystal balls have been known to start fires.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you don't want to have that happen.
No.
So I also carry small citrine pieces in my purse. So
yeah, this little chunk used to be part of a keychain, but it broke. But I just kept it anyway.
Yeah, rose quartz is good when working on self-love. Yes,
that's very important.
Yes. Is quartz a crystal that you should wash with water?
You can. I know that because my teacher used mainly quartz-based crystals for his elixirs. So what he would do is he'd put his crystals in a bowl with fresh water, clean water, leave it out in the sun so that the water absorbed all the energy from the crystals. Then he'd take the crystals out of the water, pour the water into a little droplet bottle, and then he'd give it to the person, and they would put drops of crystal water under the tongue. But entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only, because that takes some skill, because you don't want to use a crystal that is not good for water or not good for consumption at all.
Right. You don't want to put one in that's going to dissolve into the water and then poison you when you take it. No.
We don't want that to happen. Yeah. Masha have bracelets falling apart, but most recently my beaded necklaces and malas have been breaking at a scarily speedy rate.
Wow. Yeah, I made myself a mala, and it was amazing. It worked for a long time, and then just one day it just went.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. Yeah,
we're over it.
Yeah. E. Kestrel said, I have a lovely rose quartz necklace I got when I lost a beloved pet. It helped. Yeah.
Rose quartz is just so calming.
Yeah. I use rose quartz to remind myself to find my compassion in difficult situations.
That is hard, isn't it?
Yeah. And Ange G said, any crystal ending in ITE cannot have water on it, as it can be toxic. Yep.
Or it's based on salt, and it'll melt in the water.
Yes.
Selenite, right? Malachite.
Yep. Let's talk about amethyst. Avert your gaze. Avert your gaze.
Amethyst.
You know, here's amethyst.
Yours is really nicely polished. Mine's still raw.
Yeah. This is one that it was. I had arrived at the shop as the rock guy was leaving, and so I got to see all of the rocks spread out, and I went, I will have that one, thank you. So
you want to see how sun can bleach amethyst?
Yes.
This is amethyst.
Ooh, I'm gonna put you in solo mode. Wow.
So this little chunk I put in the window, and when I came back, I'm like, whoa, where did the purple go?
Wow.
I can kind of still see it a little bit, but Yeah. Wasn't even that long. I think maybe 2 years in the window, maybe at most.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Wow.
bleached it. Yeah.
So, when you think about amethyst, what are you thinking about specifically?
Amethyst, I find, is really good connecting to the dream realm, the spiritual realm, the like your third eye and crown chakras. I use amethyst a lot when I'm meditating to connect with my spirit guides. And it's also a really good spiritual protector. Helps create a field that like negative spirits can't get through.
Mm. So it's also an aspect of protection.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think with amethyst, it's the purple that has it is that royalty and that higher spiritual aspect to it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Royalty, right?
Royalty, yeah. Tangi said, true story. I found a good sized chunk of amethyst a few years ago at a thrift shop. The owner thought it was a rock because it didn't have any color.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Those are the finds that I think you're supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So yeah, I was just looking up anything in here. Amethyst, it's available in lots of different places.
Amethyst is there's multiple places around the world you can find amethyst. But that purple color is from iron being in the quartz itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and Tangi said, and after a few months, it was full of color again. Because I kept it in the dark and loved it with good energy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, I think a lot of times crystals are similar to plants. They will respond to the environment, and if the environment is full of love and compassion and they're getting proper nutrients, they're going to bloom and they're going to blossom. So so in this book, it actually says amethyst is an extremely powerful and protective stone with a high spiritual vibration. It guards against psychic attack, transmuting the energy into love. It is a natural tranquilizer. Amethyst blocks geopathic stress and negative environment energy. So,
I'm looking at this quartz piece and I'm trying to figure out what the inclusion here is.
You're trying to think of what
maybe? I want to figure out. Well, I know we have a bunch of rock hounds here, so I'm just wondering if anyone here has an idea. Calcite, maybe?
I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, rock hounds.
Rock hounds. And then one of my favorite pieces that I showed last time is this big guy that has a bunch of seed crystals on them.
Oh, okay. And said iron or hematite inclusions. So.
Oh, for the purple of the amethyst.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it could be
calcite. Yeah, I thought that was calcite. When you're looking, you're like, I'm not sure because there's also like some yellow, so maybe there's a little bit of citrine in there.
Beth feels amethyst needs to be exalted. No idea why I think that. I like
purple
that.
Is royalty, isn't it?
Yeah. So
hematoid inclusion.
Yeah, and I think that's really that's incredible. So, and I agree. I think the idea of is certain stones need to be treated a certain way. So, I
Right.
think that's beautiful. I also have this, which is an amethyst. It's a rough cut point, which
Mm-hmm.
which matches this, which is I bought it to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
This is my citrine, and they do go together like this because I want to put them at the top of a staff
That would be
because
pretty.
they just they told me that's what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, there's a certain point you and I would probably be very dangerous in a crystal shop, probably arguing over the same crystals or encouraging the other one. Did you see this? Did you see that? Ooh, look at
Oh my
that.
God, Gerald, I found the perfect rock for you.
Yeah. 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 So, Amethyst is the stone.
Ametrine, yep.
Uh,
Ametrine is amethyst and citrine in the same rock.
wow.
Yep.
That's nice. So
instead of it being two separate points like that, it'd be growing together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's incredible. Okay, so let's talk about citrine. So citrine, we both have examples. And these are natural citrine, right? Because the other one is heat treated amethyst.
So these are lighter. I'm thinking that the darker is actually citrine and the lighter is heat treated amethyst is my guess.
Okay.
Because I remember reading that like when amethyst is heat treated, it turns into the pale yellow, right? Versus this darker, and sometimes some citrines have an almost like greenish yellow color.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I mean, citrine. It's so hard to figure out which one's the real one and which one's like manipulated. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta check the source, right?
Yeah.
But citrine, I know, is supposed to be good for abundance, bringing money in, making sure that you have like abundance flowing in. It's also really good for creativity. Another, yeah. But I've also have heard of it being called the artist stone, where if an artist has citrine in their studio, they're more likely to create,
right?
Creative juices flowing,
right?
And God, what else? Something else that's taking the back of my brain. It's not coming up.
Well, and I'm looking at this, and they talk about how citrine is a powerful cleanser and regenerator.
That's what I was thinking.
Carrying the power of the sun, this is an extremely beneficial stone. It is warming, energizing, and highly creative. This is one of the crystals that never needs cleansing. It absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy, and therefore is extremely protective for the environment. So citrine energizes every level of life. So.
And this sits in the window by the front door.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Citrine is good paired with green Adventurine.
I've done that in a necklace.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the solar plexus. So I was just looking to see if there was anything about, but yeah, definitely abundance. I see that a lot. So I have a piece of natural citrine that is quite light in color. Depends upon where it comes from. Most citrine you buy in shops is heat treated. It is quite expensive if you buy it natural. Such pretty citrine crystals. Just looking at citrine lights me up. Yeah.
I love it. It's because you're so sunny.
Yes.
Hey, Shauna.
Hi. Glad you're here. So, but yeah. So you have your citrine also by your window or your door?
Yep.
So yeah.
I have it by the front door with the It usually sits with that chunk of it's champagne. Oh, was it champagne? Something I'm blanking with black tourmaline in it. I said it last time, and now I'm just blanking.
Aw.
I think I've been talking too much today.
You know, so.
Yes, I do crystal grid the home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much every window has a crystal in it, and they're like connected with each other. And then I also have, I have multiple altars, and most of them have some sort of crystal grid on it. This one, no, but
yeah.
But it does still have crystals on it. I mean, I got my charite point here.
That's pretty. It's very
Which
pretty.
I'm actually kind of wondering if this is real charite, because most charite has like an iridescence to it, and this one, I guess it's got a little bit here. But sometimes I wonder if they just like take the stones and powder and just kind of like condense it back in.
Yeah.
So sell it again.
Yeah. So we've been talking about different types of quartz crystals, Jonathan, but there are more. And the website that you linked early on in the chat.
There's hundreds.
And what's the name of it again? Crystal.
It's the Crystal Vault dot. Here, let me see. Let me find it again, and I'll put it in crystalvaults.com.
Excellent, thank you.
And yeah, I really appreciate that website for looking up crystals. So there it is.
Yeah.
It's a champagne citrine, I want to say. Champagne citrine with black tourmaline in it. Here, let me just grab it.
Okay.
Easier just to show it.
So this is Jonathan Dailey, and you can follow him here, but it's Dailey, Dailey, and here's his Instagram. So, I'm going to embiggen you because Ange D also asked a question, and we'll go back to that. So what is that again, Jonathan?
So this is the champagne citrine with the black tourmaline inclusions. There's a little black tourmaline there too.
Nice.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. So Ange asked, is it tourmalated quartz, Jonathan, with stripes of black tourmaline?
Kinda, but it's. I mean, it's not. It's not what you would call a tourmalated quartz. Which I don't think I even have an example of here, but. So tourmalated quartz is going to look just like a regular quartz. You're going to have all these little black stripes in there.
Right.
Almost hair-like.
I actually have one of those that did not want to move. So, but, and Tony's being funny. Don't daily hit the like, you know. So there you go.
I love
Boom.
it.
So Jonathan, there are other. What other quartz crystals do you want to let people know about?
Well, for those of you who know what Herkimer Diamond is, that is also a type of quartz. Okay. Herkimer Diamonds are really good for manifesting, so you got to be careful working with them because they will manifest almost every thought in your brain if you're wearing it.
Oh wow!
So this is a pendant. But I tend just to leave it on my altar, and then I will, like, when I'm ready to manifest, then I'll pick it up and use it in the ritual.
Okay.
There's fire quartz, of course, which is there's bands of hematite in the quartz itself. That's really, I love this one. There's Tangerine Quartz, which is also, the color is from hematite.
Okay. And this is a form of hematite or hematite you can actually hold, right?
Right.
Because
Both of these are types of hematite inclusions. One's tangerine, one's fire. I'm not sure exactly the difference, but
oh, look, Roman Biscotti's all excited about the tangerine. Wonder why.
Gee, I think Tangy might need some tangerine quartz.
Ooh, you heard it
And
here
this is
first.
just like my perfect little palm stone.
Nice.
Just like,
that's beautiful.
Sometimes I hold on to it when I'm doing readings or just need some grounding. There's Angel Aura quartz. This has been treated with having a lot of brain farts. I think I've been talking too much.
Take a breath, Jonathan. Do you have something that you can take a drink of, dude? Do you need a sip?
Titanium, that's what it is.
Okay.
It's coated in titanium. And there's just so many crystals out there that are quartz, but we don't know they're quartz. Like Tiger's Eye, no one knows that it's quartz. Like it's a type of quartz, right? I'm trying to remember what else.
That is a lovely gift, Ange. Ange was gifted a Herkimer on my birthday from one of the crystal sellers I buy from.
Oh, that's a great gift.
That is an amazing gift. And Tangy said, I do have some. One is on the top of a Scully.
Oh, nice.
And Andrew also has tangerine quartz pieces. Lots of beauty. So with Herkimer Diamond, the key thing to remember is wear it responsibly. Yeah.
So one of the stones that Herkimers really pair well with is Moldavite.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, they're both manifestors, but this is like an earthly manifestor, and the Moldavite's celestial manifestor. Because Moldavite's only found in one valley on the entire planet, and it was from a meteor hitting the planet like 30 million years ago or something. And as it hit, it melted into the earth and shot up what turned into what looks like green glass, but it's the Moldavite. It's the only crystal on the planet, well, almost only crystal on the planet that is extraterrestrial.
That's incredible. Shauna is busy edging her zombie oracle.
Love it.
And Tony learned something today. So again, laugh and learn. Did not know all my tiger's eyes were quartz. Thank you. So, yeah, as above, so
as
below.
above, so below. Exactly.
Yeah. And yes, Moldavite, such an expensive stone.
It's true.
So,
if you find Moldavite and it's cheap, it's not Moldavite.
It's not Moldavite. Yeah.
It's green glass.
So, Ange just said my spell check. I just realized that my phone was set to French. I love that. Well, Jonathan, this has been so much fun. Thank you for joining me for
of course,
my laugh and learn. And in the comments, if people would like to have more questions answered about crystals, we can do another one, but it would be nice to know what questions people want, and maybe we can figure something out to do with that. So
yeah.
And
Jen, you're late.
Jen's here. Hello.
Hi, Jen.
And Ange said a small stone could be up to $200. Yeah.
I have a small stone upstairs I got for like $75, but it's because the person didn't know what they were selling.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, look.
I mean, this ring with this teeny tiny little stone, I've been wearing it for almost 17 years now. This little tiny ring was $35.
Wow.
And that was 17 years ago. They're starting to have a shortage of Moldavite in the world because they've mined it all.
Right. Thank you, Ange. And if there's something that you would like to do a laugh and learn with me on, let me know, tarotstash@gmail.com. That goes for anybody else. If you've got something you know about that I might not know about, I'd love to, I'd love to have the conversation and engage people in that. So this has been wonderful. Thank you. I love it. I would love another part, part 3. I would information on crystal grids if possible.
Grids.
Okay, I'm writing this down. I'm writing it down.
I'm in your brain.
What'd you say?
I'm in your brain.
Yeah, I know. And
let's see the 51 skulls. Well,
yeah.
Here's one. I just need to get 50 more. I actually have 2 that look like this.
Wow.
The other one's a little smaller than this one. And then I got 2 alien skulls and 1 raven skull.
Didn't we see some of the alien skulls?
I showed them last time.
Yeah. So, and Ange would want to start a crystal channel, and this was absolutely.
I would love that.
I think, and I think one of the things that's really nice about it is this is where, when more people are involved or sharing information, we all benefit from it, and nobody's necessarily disagreeing, but it's a lot of times it's a different perspective on something that was discussed. So, but yeah, I started to collect large skulls, and now my collection is up to 20 skulls. So
I only have 1 bigger skull. Pretty much like 99% of my, well, I guess 90% of my skulls are the 2-inch skulls. Yeah, not much bigger than this guy. This is actually one of the bigger ones, like 2.5 inches because of the pokies on top, the spikes. But yeah, that's about the size most of them are.
That's incredible. So,
and I have some very interesting ones, like Asteroid Jasper, if anyone's heard of that.
Oh.
I have one that's a crinoid fossil skull.
Okay.
I think I showed that last time, actually.
Yeah. And it's been said that you got a great deal on your Lapis.
Lapis Lazuli skull. Mm-hmm.
So, and Silky
I actually have. Do I have 2? You have 2 Lapis Lazuli skulls. I have a 3rd one as a necklace. And then I have 2 more Lapis Lazuli pendants for anyone who might want a Lapis Lazuli necklace.
Yeah. Wow. Now you're just being a tease, Beth says. And Silky said, what about grids? A video on that. So
we could do something like that.
Yeah, we can do that because there's several good books out there on crystal grids and for different purposes, and lots of different actual boards that you can use to help you with it. So yeah, I think that's fun. So so what do you got coming up on your channel, Jonathan? So we could tell.
So next Tuesday I will be chatting with Lamorian about her beautiful new chakra healing tarot.
Nice, very nice.
And then the Tuesday after that, I will be chatting with Darshani Sukha about the lovely Om.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then the week after that will be my usual with Betsy Palmer.
Oh, that's good.
And then I'm trying to remember, do I have any other lives with other people this month? I think I do, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. And because you took your month, the month of September off because of your birthday, and so for the entire month of September, we were gasping and grasping for other things to keep our attention on Tuesdays or, Wednesday, depending upon what's there.
Right.
And Ange talked about grids. Judy Hall, the author of these
Oh,
books,
the Crystal Bible. Mm-hmm.
yeah, has one of those. So, do you have a special piece you have worked on that we can take a peek at, Jonathan Dailey?
Special piece?
Something new.
Necklace?
Yeah, something you want to talk
I
with?
have not done anything new lately. September was just like I checked out completely, and I'm trying to think, what was I doing again? I'm back to earth.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that Halloween grid.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. Especially because now you can get crystal pumpkins and crystal ghosts and crystal witch hats. Mm-hmm.
So. I'm just going to let that sit there. And Beth was like, Jonathan, you're a Virgo. What are your moon and ascendants?
I'm a Virgo sun, Libra moon, and Taurus rising.
I don't know what that means, but okay. So. So
yes, Jen, she is.
Yeah. So next week at this time, or at the same start time, I am having another deck casual with Jamie of Wandering Mountain Bardic Path and Zane of Tarot Token Witchery. And you want to guess what we are talking about? We're going to talk about the Zany Tarot. So we've got an opportunity for Zane is going to be, he's the creator of this. And Jamie and I are going to be talking about some of our favorite cards. And maybe we'll get some of the backstory on them. And then Jilly and I next Monday are doing another Laugh and Learn where we're talking about Zen Buddhism and tarot and various other things. So, oh, look, Sharon is here. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Time. So, oh, Ange just ordered an obsidian jack-o'-lantern, which is hollow, and ordered a light to put in it. Nice.
Well, that sounds amazing.
So, but yeah. So, well, thanks, everyone. If you comment below about topics, we have crystal grids is what people would be interested in. And I know you're very popular, Jonathan, and I don't want to take you, I'll have you back on because I enjoy this. So, but it would be wonderful. So, oh, Sheila is here. Hello, Sheila. You must have finished with your interview. Hello, Sheila. So, I loved this too. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate your time with this and your knowledge, as well as your passion. I mean, it's delightful. So,
well, I love having someone that understands me that I can talk to about it. So thank you, Gerald.
You're very welcome. And see, what's interesting is I think I'm a Scorpio, Cancer. So I have stuff that you don't have in your chart. I'm all water.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm earth and air.
Yeah. And that would be something interesting that would be fun for a Laugh and Learn is to learn about astrology. I don't know about astrology.
Or at least the sun, moon, and rising signs.
Yeah, sun, moon, and rising. Yeah. Anybody who could do that would, would be cool. So anyhow.
And
I'm a Leo with Leo moon and Gemini rising. Uh-oh.
I was laughing at her comment before that.
I'm a water
stash. New nickname.
Water stash. But you heard, because everybody knows Sheila Inquisitive Tarot, and they've gone over to her channel and liked and subscribed so that she can get up to 1,000 people. But when I was on her channel last Thursday, somebody came up with a stash tag. So, and I was just like going, ugh, I have to, Wayne Rich came up with stash tags. I love it. So.
I love that.
Yes, please. I'd love to upgrade my astrology knowledge, which is below minimal. Well, I don't even know all of them. So
my thing is, once I started diving into astrology, I'm like, well, which astrology? There's so many. There's Western astrology, there's sidereal astrology, there's Vedic astrology, there's real sky astrology, and they all have different things. Like,
yeah,
in Vedic astrology, instead of a Virgo, I'm a Leo.
Yeah, and that's something that I don't know about. And maybe that's if I could figure out who would be good to have on my channel to talk about that. I wonder if Amy would be. Mystic Rose Tarot.
Mm-hmm. She would probably be good. Or
so,
if you want to learn about real sky, you could always ask Julie Kusha-Watson.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Right, I didn't mean to blow your mind there.
We're at about an hour and a half, and thank you very much. Again, leave a comment below if you'd like what you'd like us to talk about for. I got a Samantha Menzo. So. And,
Samantha Menzo.
Okay. So, but thank you all very much. Like and subscribe to both Jonathan Dailey and myself.
Tarot Stash.
Dailey.
I should hold up Tarot Stash.
There you go. Oh, I have one, but anyhow. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Julianne Victoria. Yep.
Okay.
That's yeah. Reach out to her.
Thanks, everybody.